Hi everybody, welcome back to Sandling, and today I just want to start off with a big apology and then let you know what I've been up to on the layout so far. So let's roll the intro, let's see what happens. Hi everybody, welcome back to Sandling. As I said at the start, yet another apology for my absence. I know you guys are really patient and tell me I don't need to apologize, but I feel the long absences when I've been so regular with my layout updates in the past just feels that I've got to apologize for not actually being able to put something out for you. But I don't see the point in putting stuff out if I actually haven't done anything or got anything to say. I've got a few weathering videos to put together, but I just wanted to bring you all up to date with a update on the layout. Now, what have I been doing? Well, I did start off the last one and ended it pretty much with that little bridging section at the door, which you know, all of you, has caused me a lot of problems. And yeah, what can I say about that? Well, I did actually film it all. I did film it all. I promise I filmed it all. And the thing is that when I went back in to start editing that footage, apparently I filmed absolutely nothing on the early part of it, and that's all I have. So I'm sorry. What I will do though is swing around a minute and show you the actual end result and some of the issues, which is always common with me, issues. But some of the issues that I came up against and my honest thoughts about that process and the DCC Concepts rail bed, you know, the sleepers that are treated and ready to solder. So I'm going to give you all of that in a minute. And what else am I going to do? Well, I actually haven't done anything else. I haven't been in this room for 3 weeks. I have been so busy with my art side of the business, my Patreon and my art YouTube channels, and filming and editing and doing stuff for those. I really just haven't had the chance to get out here and do a single thing. It seems every day I set aside for my trains, something comes up and prevents me getting in here. So what am I going to do? Well, I felt that when I look back at a few things, that I've done a lot of little bits and pieces of the layout. I thought I might just give you a little run round on the layout as it is. It's pretty messy in here, I've got to say. But just show you where we're at so you can get an idea of the way the trains and the track is all running. And then I'll put some trains on and test that new bridging section out properly. And anything else I can think of without boring you guys to death and girls. So anyway, let's move on and let's talk about this bridging unit. Okay, so this is the final part, and this is what happened with the bridging unit a few weeks ago, and I actually haven't had the chance to put this in, and so if the dampness has made it swell yet again, I will be in trouble. He says hopefully nothing will happen. Oh, it's a little bit tight, but it is there. It's spot on the mark. Okay, so let's just push this in. It is there. Now, I haven't got location keys because you can feel by that it is pretty much sorted out. Okay, so this is it. This was the final result. And overall, I'm very happy because it works. Now, you saw me put it in there and it has swollen a little bit. Despite the fact that I have sealed the ends of the wood and I've waxed them with candle wax, so hopefully they will not cause a friction, and they should, as they did just then, slide in very snugly. I used the Dremel, and as was advised, I bought the extension arm so that when I put this on for a cut, I can get a very straight cut instead of using this, which will just give you an angle cut into your rail. So I did that. I waited patiently. I'll just put that out of the way. I just waited patiently for that to arrive before I cut through these. But then it really worried me about the soldering on here, and I felt that I was getting too much on here. But then I caught a couple of rails as I pulled the whole thing up and took them off the solder. So I had to put this back down and reline it all up and just solder them further. and I went over quite a few of them with extra solder, and it looks quite ugly. I'm not the best at soldering anything, and I still feel, if I'm honest with you, that I could solder more and do more, just to make sure that they really are not going to go anywhere. But I suppose if you hit them hard enough with anything, catch them hard enough with anything, they will rip out the solder too. But I think this is by far and away the better solution for the moment. I really, however, feel that I would like to put a steel frame or a metal frame in here and across the other side with a hinged section, and see if I can't figure a way and then find somebody to create that for me and take this piece of route out again and redo the track work, etc., all of these things, and literally have maybe the same thing again here with the soldering, but on a piece of steel that will just hinge up and down and cause me much less of an issue long term. But this is certainly a setup that will last me a lot longer than it was before, so I'm really quite pleased with that. I'm going to leave it in place now, and all I've done is one dropper underneath from here, just on these rails. It's powering that all the way through, and so I can just put that together, and now the track will be live. I have coated the track with this. Now this is what I use a lot now on all my track. It looks quite dirty, and if you look closely you would think that it's really needed a setup of cleaning, but all I'm doing is just going over it like this, quite literally creating a lovely graphite coating to the top of the rail. And I have to say, this will last me so many years. Unbelievable. Doesn't cost more than a few pounds, and it is there. Don't get the hard one if you're going to get something like this. This is one from a company, I believe it's called Kohl-N-Nor, with hyphens, Kohl-N-Nor. They do various grades of this. This I think is quite a hard one. This is an H, and you might want to use a softer one. Maybe a 2B or even a 4B will deliver more graphite because it's softer. The H series are very, very hard graphites, and therefore they will not release too much on the top of the rail. So the softer one I think would do you much better. Okay, so this is not a layout tour as such. This is just showing you what a mess the layout room is actually in. And you can see that there is stuff everywhere. And I've got to be honest with you that I spent 20 minutes or so trying to take the worst of it out so that I could at least turn the cameras on and not be absolutely embarrassed. But this is a little embarrassing, and there's mess everywhere. Nothing has been done in here for 3 weeks ever since I did the door section over there, but the whole of this section needs a tidy up, a hoovering off, etc. before I can even properly run trains again. Most of the rail has been done with graphite up to about there, and nothing down through here, although I will actually come to that very, very soon. This area I did have a bit of a discussion in what I thought I'd filmed for this video before. So I'm actually going to talk about this as well right now, because this is the harbour section and it takes up quite a bit of room, as we know, in the area here. Now, the idea with this train room originally was that it was going to be an art room, a studio where I can paint, create, and have the trains running around the outside when I was in here working, just to enjoy them, look up at them every so often, and do all of that, and just have the outer areas to think about when it comes to scenery, because these things take so much time, and I'm not sure how much time it's going to take to get what I started off with without this. There is another consideration too, that maybe in the future, not distant future, maybe short-term future, that I may end my gallery. I'm saying that as an open question. It may and probably won't happen for many years, but it could happen, and I need to be prepared for that. And one of the ideas is that I've got to bring a whole lot back into here in terms of computers, printers, and everything else, as well as painting. And one thought was that, do I keep this going? Do I work this? It's going to be the last thing that I ever get scenic. It's going to be the last thing that ever gets a proper control panel to operate it as a shunting area. And at the end of the day, it will only be a shunting area, apart from maybe a shuttle train coming in through here and or through down from the top. So I'm undecided, having put all that work in, and it was a lot of work, as many of you know from following the channel, but I'm just wondering if it's actually one step too far. Now, part of me is thinking that I just put some blocks under here, under these sections, and put some timber on top and create a false working top. That way I would know in time whether or not this whole area should disappear or not, or if indeed I don't need it and it can be reverted back, and that way everything is in place, nothing is ripped up, destroyed, or anything at all. So I think that's probably the best bet initially, but time will tell whether or not the harbour scene stays or goes. Part of me also considered that maybe over here, where the where all of these tracks are, we've got the TMD here with one track off. I could split that and create a through line to the two that come off of here, that currently are, so if that focuses up again, sorry about that, currently are coming down into the station over the viaduct. They could carry on through and create yet another piece of interest that way. I'm also considering how I can maybe connect up the branch line there and let it run through there under a tunnel, under the TMD, round the whole of the track, and come back up into Sandling, sort of coming up over here. So if we're coming around the back there, up there, and it can actually come from there and start to rise up here, because that's only 2 foot, so I can actually put another 6 inches on here and single double track it around, coming across there, and join up with this somewhere down here with a bit of extra point work. And that would in effect give me 4 train loops. Now the question is that good? Am I just going to turn this into a train set and not a layout? And all of those questions are running through my head. So guys, girls, if you've got any thoughts on what I've just been talking about, please put them in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Nothing's going to happen for a good while yet. It's winter time. I'm barely getting out here to look at the layout, much less do much on it. So these are just future thoughts. So I'll be interested in what you think. Okay, we're going to carry on and see where I can take you next. Hi everybody, welcome back. Now I have no idea what you thought about that video. It wasn't much of an update, I gotta say. There was nothing to update you on really. I wanted to come out here and talk about, or at least have a go with that door section, make sure it ran okay, that there were no hiccups, no problems. And I'm really pleased to report that I have none. Touch wood, it stays that way for many, many years to come, and that I will continue to run trains without problems. But that brought me on to the other thing. I didn't want to get involved doing anything today, rushing something, just to give you a bit of video footage to look at. I didn't see any point in that, and it takes planning, and I'm sure most of you would understand that. So all I wanted to do, especially as it's been many, many months since I run a train around here, that I just wanted to run some trains and have some fun and take some photos, and that's exactly what I've done. And I have tested out a couple of new cameras. I've got a DJI Pocket 2 and a new iPhone 13 Pro, and I wanted to see how the cameras on both of those units would react, would work, what sort of job I could effect with them. They do take a lot of practice, and I don't think the footage is that good. I'm telling you all of this, but I haven't actually reviewed any of it at the moment, so I'm going to do that now and see what I can put together as a running session for you to have watched. In fact, if you're this far of it, you'd have already seen it. Why didn't I think of that? But at least I hope you enjoyed the running session, and yeah, just having fun this afternoon. That was it. So it just remains for me to say happy modelling, guys. Oh, I do hope to do a little bit more before Christmas and during Christmas, so hopefully in the next video we'll have something worthwhile looking at and enjoy. So yeah, again, just enjoy yourselves, happy modelling wherever you are, stay safe, catch each and every one of you in the next video. Take care, bye bye. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Sandling. And by way again, it's been time, and so therefore I now start again. Hi everybody, welcome back to Sandling. In this episode I'm going to be telling you, no I'm not. Hi everybody, welcome back to Sandling, and in this episode, what episode is it? Hi everybody, welcome back. Hi everybody, welcome back to Sandling, and in today's episode, really? I haven't done one for weeks, so why would it be just today? Well, it is today. Anyway, let's start again. Hi everybody, welcome back to Sandling, and in this episode... Hi everybody, welcome back to Sandling, and today I'm going to tell you... No, I'm not. I'm actually going to apologise first.